Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wilson Life. We're going to talk about our why on this whole homesteading thing. That we are on pretty decent sized land. Like I said, a half acre. 2/3 of it is fenced. Before we get going into this too much, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll let Jackie tell our story on what got us to Alaska in the first place.
Well, we lived in Ogden, Utah, about 3 years.
Kind of lived all over northern Utah.
And we decided we needed a new adventure. I was jokingly teasing about coming up here. And then 3 weeks later, I got a message from Brandon saying, "How do you feel about Alaska?" And he applied for a job up here, and we had to do a lot of research on what we were getting ourselves into, and we decided it's what our family needed. Yeah. And we moved up here. It all happened pretty quick.
Yep.
And from there
was lots that went into the decision of us coming up here, being lifetime desert dwellers to Arctic rainforest. And that's what Alaska is. In the summer, it's super green.
So many trees.
Humid, tons of trees. Pretty green. If you look at the banner on our channel, that is a picture from one of the peaks, Hatcher Peak, actually. That's a picture looking out towards Palmer, the valley. Wet season, how green and lush it looks. So that was something new. The darkness in the winter and the light was something that was completely new to us. And I mean, we grew up doing gardens and stuff, and even having some animals and that in the desert. So so that was something new for us to get used to. One of the deciding factors, Alaska is known as the last frontier, and so we're like, okay, awesome. Homesteading is a lot easier to do up here. Utah's doable, not as much as it is up here. If you get out of the city up here, it's a lot easier to. There's less restrictions. Even within the city limits, there's actually less restrictions up here than in most neighborhoods and cities in Utah. And so that was a freeing idea for us. We owned a townhouse, and we were in an HOA.
The biggest factor with that is the HOA stuff was a pain in the butt, and we both didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah. So we went from that. We came up here. We had to rent for a couple of years till we found some. So we've been in this place for about 3 years now.
It'll be 3 years this year.
Yeah, 3 years this year.
3 years in August.
Yep. So we decided a year after we had gotten moved in and settled to start this whole homesteading with the property that we have.
It's not a very big homestead, but it's what we can deal with having the kids and our other priorities.
To eventually change that, ideally we would like to take and transition into pretty much full-time homestead.
Bigger property. More homestead stuff.
Yeah, so
things like that. But
we're hoping that we can grow on this property and be able to get things pretty established. And in the meantime, we keep our eyes open for a larger piece of property that's further out that would allow us to not have as many restrictions. Even though we have little restrictions here, there still are certain restrictions.
We both like gardening, we both like the animals, and we like working out in the yard. So
Yeah.
it's one of our go-to kind of relax, take the stress off, and keep us busy. So I think we've done pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
And we've kind of been thrown into this accelerated path as of the last year and a half, 2 years. About 2 years.
2 years.
And was it 2000?
Had a big earthquake that
7.1.
it was a 7.2
Okay. Yeah.
earthquake, and kind of opened our eyes a little bit in a few different aspects.
Yeah.
I think, and we've learned quite a bit from that earthquake.
It's kind of the way we've grown up. Have food storage and have water and the necessities. And the earthquake hit, and it kind of, all the stuff that we've been taught since we were real young, it all kind of clicked, because now we're in
We've got to have our 72-hour kits ready. We've got to, make sure we have all of those things that we learned ready and prepared, just in case something else happened.
Yeah, we were put in a position where Matanuska Valley sits 35 miles north of Anchorage, and there literally is the railroad and the highway that connects both, and both of those for several hours, if not a couple of days, I think even down to a week, it was down to one lane. We were literally shut off from...
Bridges were broken.
Yeah.
Roads were cracked,
Yep.
split, and everything. So we had to be prepared with what we had, because getting back and forth between Anchorage and here was kind of difficult. All the traffic, because there's lots of people that work down in Anchorage.
Yeah.
So lots of traffic and
Yep. Supplies
that.
being able to come up and back was halted. It just kind of showed that where we were at, something like that can easily shut down ways of getting supplies up here. It would literally come down to bush plane pilots flying back and forth, which you're not going to get a whole lot of stuff on a bush plane. So anyway, that kind of accelerated our thinking. We got a wood burning stove. We haven't put that in. That's something to come. A good chunk out of the yard that got plenty of sun. It's a full sun area, and so we plotted that out, and we've been putting the fence up. We're now expanding that, and we did the raised planting beds. We've been doing a bunch of stuff like that, learning how to make our property work for us. So that's stuff that we're learning. But yeah, these are things that you guys are, or through our videos, you're going to see more of. And just that whole, it literally, the acceleration of this whole thing started with the earthquake. Made us realize, okay, now best time. We're already planning on doing this. We need to do it now, sooner than later. And then all of a sudden this year, I mean, all the craziness that we've had,
With the
COVID.
pandemic and everything.
Yep, all the riots and everything, and all the shortages, and
We've noticed that doing this, we have more time together.
yeah.
And we are supplying our family with the food that we're growing. And that's important to us.
We chose rabbits and chickens because, well, chickens we have bought, or we've gotten. We haven't necessarily bought the chickens. We have gotten dual-purpose chickens. And we will be rotating those every 2 to 3 years. So right now they're producing eggs. They're producing manure, which we're turning back into our compost. And then when we hit the 2 to 3 year, they will produce dinner, and then we'll get a whole new round of chickens. And same with the rabbits. We've done lots and lots of research on the rabbits. We're still learning, but we can turn more meat, and it's healthy, high protein, lean meat. We can turn in a year just as much meat out of the rabbits as one cow. And so to us, that right there was kind of like, okay, that's what we need. We both are supposed to be on lower fat and carb type diets. Jackie has type 1 diabetes, and several other health issues. Some of the kids have health issues, so being able to know where our food's coming from, what's going into our food, and everything like that was huge. And so that's kind of why we chose what we chose. We will eventually have some other types of livestock and whatnot, but it's baby steps. And we definitely have learned to try and prepare for things before we get into them. If you've watched a lot of these homesteading videos or back to basic videos, you're gonna hear the number one mistake that almost all of us have made is getting into something and not being prepared or ready for it. We got our chickens, we didn't have a chicken coop. Things that we didn't have.
It's all a learning process.
Yeah.
And we've learned quite a bit and are still learning quite a bit. So we're taking it step at a time. We're going to have mistakes that we're going to make. And we love the support and any good ideas. Help you and you help us. And
you guys have experience, please leave us comments. We'll read them and get back to you. But yeah, so we went ahead and decided to try this vlogging stuff out and see where it goes. And you guys have any ideas for topics or that you guys want us to do a video on or anything like that?
We like going on adventures.
Yes.
So if you want to see something, if we can't get to it, we will let you know. But anywhere you'd like to see, let us know.
Yeah.
And we can make a journey out of it.
So we have 3 kids.
Aiden, who is 7, Brecklin, who will be 5 next month, and Colin, he will be 18 months this next month too. So we need to get out and about and do more things, and this is why we've started doing the homestead stuff, is because it puts us outside, and we like being outside. So
yep. So yeah, that's us in a nutshell.
Other than that, subscribe and enjoy.
We will be uploading video. We're gonna
once a week.
Yep, once a week is what we decided on. We hope you guys have a great time, And with that, we're going to end this video.
Bye.
Bye.